Good morning.
Good morning, Malise. How are you today?
Good. And it is. I always check on what week we're at. Week number 35. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's Monday, November 9th, and Joe Biden is the president elect of the United States of America. So,
Oh my God, Julia. What was that? What was that joke you had yesterday about why does Trump have to leave?
oh,
Oh,
why
what?
is Trump not allowed in the White House? Because it is for Biden.
I
That
had to,
was
I mean,
funny.
I don't follow the politics like, as
But
much,
what a
but
week, what a week. I mean, it's been we've been on the edge of our seats the whole
mm-hmm,
week, and
mm-hmm.
finally they announced on, I believe it was Saturday,
Yeah.
they finally announced that he is president elect, and so yeah, that was in my book a good news.
Oh, I know, but I'm sure it's not all over because I'm sure there's going to be a lot more excitement coming out of that in the next few days. So
Oh, there will, there will.
I guess
So
we'll.
today we have a wonderful show. We're going to be talking with Terry Muir a little later on about the Santa Claus parade that will be taking place on, what is it again?
On November the 28th.
The 28th. And so if you have any questions, it's going to be different this year because of COVID, of course. And so we'll talk about that. And we have the first segment, Mental Health Matters with Angèle Delesio. So
Hmm.
we'll be playing that for you as well. But let's talk about some positive COVID news. So this morning I woke up with the news that apparently Pfizer has come out with their vaccine trial saying that it is 90% effective.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
So that is, I guess, good news. Of course, there was 47,000 people, I think, that were vaccinated, and 97 of them got COVID. And of the 97 that got COVID, 90% had gotten the placebo, and
Hmm.
10% only had gotten the vaccine. So they're
Hmm.
getting to that conclusion. But I was wondering, like, how does this work? How can you really test a vaccine when we're all doing what we're doing? Like,
Hmm.
do you know what I mean? Like, how do you really gauge how effective the vaccine is if everybody's wearing masks, everybody's social distancing, everybody, like,
Washing their
how does that
hands.
work? Yeah, how does that work?
Exactly. And plus, the other thing too is a lot of people have had the flu shot on as well. So I don't know if that affects anything.
I don't think. Yeah, I think it's completely two different things. It doesn't really,
Yeah, it
like,
is.
they say that if you get your flu shot, you're not really protected against
Oh,
COVID. It
no,
has,
you're not.
yeah, but I don't know. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, that is
But
good
it
news.
it is good news, yeah. And so this weekend there was a march in town.
Yes, there
Um
was.
and we posted something about it on our Facebook page, and there was a lot of conversation going on about uh the march and the people and how they feel about, protesting and everything. So it is a right to protest. So these
Hmm.
people do have the right to protest. Um, where I have an issue is, why do they have to protest without the protocols in place that everybody else has to adhere to?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, there's all protocols. Even when the Save the Children had a march, they had to adhere to the protocols that changed right that same morning, and they had to pivot and change. Remember?
Yes, they had to
Just
go in groups of 20, and they had to wear their
yeah, they had to
masks and
change. They had to.
social distance.
Yeah, they still had to adhere to the protocols. So I mean, that's a very valid question.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I anyways, if you have time and you want to take a look at the thread on our Facebook page, it's a very interesting thread.
Yeah.
Lots of comments on both sides of the argument and
Hmm.
valid points on both sides of the argument, but it maybe make you understand a little more why they're doing it, and maybe those on that side also will understand a little more why people are upset.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we were just reporting on what was going on. That's what we do. Like, we don't go in interviewing and this and that because we're a bit of a different media, but it
Well,
definitely,
also, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go and put myself in the middle of 100 people who are not wearing masks, not social distancing, to interview someone. Like, I'm sorry.
yeah,
I know the media has, and that's one thing, you know. I saw comments on that thread saying that we shouldn't be giving them any um,
publicity.
publicity and or any attention, right?
Hmm.
But it is a newsworthy thing, and we
Hmm.
are a media outlet, so therefore I think it is important for the people to know that this is going on,
Yeah,
and so this is why we decided to post about it.
exactly. Like,
uh,
people need to know, and we are events and happenings, so people need to know the events that are going on and the
exactly.
happenings. So,
So I went on a hike yesterday again.
yes, we were just discussing that.
Yes, I went on my hike, but then I initially went to a little place. Well, it's actually a big place. It's called Mer Bleu in Ottawa, near Ottawa.
Hmm.
And so we drove the hour and went over there, and but it was packed. So packed. There were so many people there. It was unbelievable. So we turned around and went somewhere else. There was too
So,
many people.
so where did you end up going? Because it
Um,
looked like there was nobody where you were. It was very, very.
there was people, but it was a lot less crowded. I like my hikes in nature to be
Yeah.
in nature. Like,
Hmm.
I'm not going to be in a crowd of people. I'm going to be with nature. So
Hmm.
I like the little hikes that are less traveled. It was a hike that was near Cars, I want to say.
Okay.
Kars. I had
Yeah.
never heard of that city. But anyways, it was near Cars, and so we ended up there, and it was lovely. It was beautiful. Like, man, the day, it was a beautiful day yesterday.
I mean, here's the thing. I started putting up Christmas decorations about a week ago, slowly but surely. Like, not
Uh-huh.
too much, only because my reasoning is I have three cats, and if I bring them out slowly, they'll sniff them, ignore them. If I bought everything out at once,
It's too much excitement.
oh my god, it would be like playland here for them. So again, I'm not doing the tree till after Remembrance Day, but little things with snowmen and stuff. And I've got a couple of snowflakes on my windows, and I'm looking out going, this just does not look right. But
Right?
yesterday was like midsummer. It was just beautiful. And today looks like it's the
It's going to be
same
another
thing.
beautiful day.
Which
I think it's Gabe who from your TV that had posted a picture of his Christmas tree
yeah, and a
and
fan.
a
A fan.
fan.
Yeah.
Right. It was like, it just doesn't look right. There's
Yeah.
something wrong with this picture.
And that's what I was saying too. The sun's blaring in, and I've got the garland on the stairs. I had actually put the lights on, and I turned them off and going, no, this is wrong. There's not, it shouldn't be. But yeah, beautiful day, just gorgeous. And it's just gorgeous today because after the show at 1 o'clock, we're going to pour the concrete for the basement crawl space at the cottage. So thankfully the weather is good.
Oh,
And
that's good.
hopefully for the next 3 days it'll stay like that so it can cure. That's a new word, cure the concrete.
Oh, there you go. Lots
So
of
yeah,
excitement with your little adventure with the
yeah,
cottage building over there.
yeah. And if anybody wants to check it out, there's a column in the Seeker. So I'm keeping it short and sweet and more pictures than anything else. But it is exciting. And what's good is the weather is staying nice right now because heaven forbid we have to work in the snow to try and close it in. So. Oh, Gail Archambault. I have my decorations and my tree up already. So
So I was going to put up my tree, remember? At
yeah, after
Halloween, I was
Halloween.
going to do that. I just, we didn't get to do it. So, it didn't happen. But yeah, I understand that, Gail. I'm right there with you. I felt this year was a weird year, and
Mhm.
we deserve the Christmas cheer early.
Well, I usually do. I even start putting decorations up right on the day of the Santa Claus parade.
Hmm.
But I, again, because I wasn't sure what was going on with that. I just started November the 1st, little by little,
Yeah.
to eliminate the fun for the cats. But so Gail, I got a quick question for you too. So now you've got your tree up and all your decorations. How do you feel with the weather looking like this and the sun coming in up? Do you feel like it's like a Florida Christmas or something? 'Cause that's what I was feeling yesterday, that I was celebrating a Florida.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? It's no, it's we're blessed with beautiful weather.
Yeah.
That's awesome because it's giving um businesses a little extra time. Like the restaurants, the
Mhm.
terraces were full
Yeah.
yesterday and the day before. So it's good to see that, we're blessed with good weather. We deserve it. We need it this year
Yes, for sure.
for this to anyway, so the Ontario government has put up this new plan in place with color coded orange, green, yellow, red, whatever for the regions, and so I like that. I like that thing because it really um takes the headache away from knowing where you're at.
Mhm.
You're
Mhm.
just looking at the color and you know exactly what the protocols are and what you have to do, and it's science based, so you
Yep.
have the R naught number is a factor, the hospitals being crowded or not is another factor. Like
Yep.
there's a list of factors that you can easily follow, and then you know where you're falling.
I believe
But
we're in what, the yellow right now, I think.
we are in the yellow. We were supposed to be in the orange, but
Orange.
they moved us to yellow. Gail says, I love this weather. It's okay. I don't mind it. I hate snow anyways. I don't want a snow at Christmas. Yeah, I hear you. I don't like snow
Oh,
either.
see, I still need my snow at Christmas.
Well, I like the snow at Christmas, but I would be happy if it snowed on the 24th, let's
Mhm.
say, and melted on the 26th. That'd be good.
Yeah, I know. We've had that conversation once before too here in this house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
No.
So yeah, the colors, we were supposed to be in orange, now we're in yellow.
And I
And
think by what I saw yesterday, that caused a little bit of confusion for some places, some restaurants, because they weren't sure. So that's why. So it definitely is the yellow right now.
it is the yellow right now. But I mean, that may change very quickly
Yeah.
because, we've had record numbers in Ontario for the last 2 days.
Yeah,
So, 1,100 one day and then 1,300 yesterday. So
I know.
that might change. Who knows? But it's just at least it's less confusing and the messaging is clear and
Yeah.
you know where you're standing. Like people are going to get used to it, and that's good.
Yep. And like I say, we're just going day by day because nobody really knows how this is going to pan out. The poor government, they're having a hard time too because this is all completely new as well. So,
Yeah, yeah.
a lot of people are being hard on Ford, but and even our own doctor. But I mean, this is just new. Like nobody has the
The
solution.
answers, yeah.
No, at this
And
point.
yeah, it's a novel virus, so we're bound to learn about it all the time. There was one comment on the post that was saying, it's a 99% recovery rate. Like, yeah, okay, it's a 99% recovery rate, but at what cost? You know,
Yeah.
the people who are recovered are not necessarily healthy. You
No,
know, the
no.
people who are recovered oftentimes have now chronic
Lung
symptoms.
problems and stuff like that. Well, I know somebody who's recovering and she's still in rehabilitation.
Yeah.
She's not recovered.
Yeah,
She got it in March and she's still recovering. And really, who knows what can be affected in years to come? Because
exactly.
it is actually well, it's a disease. It's not really a flu or a virus. It's a disease, I believe. So it
Well, I mean,
attacks.
some people, that's what's so damning about this disease or this illness is that for some people it is going to be just like a flu and
Yeah,
they will recover just fine.
yeah,
But from other people, it's going to be a lifelong thing now. Like
yeah,
they're or at least that's what they think, that it's going to be
yeah,
something that they're going to have to deal with for the rest of their life. There's like lung damage, there's heart damage,
yeah.
there's other organs damages. And then, I always say you should really join a group of COVID survivor that will open your eyes. Like I'm a
Mm-hmm.
member of two groups that I look at daily just because
Mm-hmm.
curiosity, right? I want to see. And those people are suffering with a lot of debilitating symptoms that they can't shake, like for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. They had it
Yeah.
in February, they had it in March, and they still are, short of breath, or they still
Yeah.
have dizziness, or like the also the brain fog, like they have cognitive problems as well. So anyways, you know
Yeah.
my least, I hope your friends get better soon. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
So mental health is extremely important right now, more than ever. Like, we know that this is taking a toll on everybody. uh,
Mm-hmm.
Tempers are short. We're like, very heated discussions about stuff because we're so, we're tired. Everybody's
Yeah.
tired. So mental health is extremely important. And on that note, I think I'm going to be playing Angel's little tip, and
Perfect.
then we can come back.
Perfect.
Bear with me.
It's coming.
Hi, I'm Angel Delacio with the Canadian Mental Health Association. Welcome to Mental Health Matters. Today's segment focused on post-traumatic stress disorder. So this is the month of November, and we decided to dedicate November to men's mental health. Now, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, does affect men and women, but for this episode, we will focus on local resources that can support men during the month of November. So I can imagine that most of you would agree that we've all experienced frightening situations, and people react differently to those frightening situations. They may make you feel nervous. You may have a hard time sleeping. You may go over the details over and over again in your mind. These thoughts and experiences are normal reactions. They usually decrease over time, and the people involved usually go back to their normal lives. Post-traumatic stress disorder, on the other hand, lasts much longer and can really seriously disrupt a person's life. So what is post-traumatic stress disorder? According to the Canadian Mental Health Association, PTSD is a diagnosable mental illness. It involves exposure to trauma that often involves death or threats of death, serious injury, or even sexual violence. PTSD can have intrusive symptoms, such as experiencing that traumatic event over and over and over again. Many people report having nightmares, flashbacks, often their thoughts, and these thoughts come out of nowhere. And that causes the person to often avoid the things that trigger that traumatic event. For example, if someone was to have a car accident, a traumatic car accident where there was a death involved, for example, that person may avoid driving or refuse to drive later on in life. So PTSD can make people feel very nervous and on edge most of the time. They startle easily. Some other symptoms is difficulty concentrating, feeling irritable. Like I said, sleep is usually affected. And people have even reported feeling numb or detached. So it can get quite serious. Who does it affect? As mentioned previously, it does affect men and women. But what we know for sure is that it affects about 8% of the Canadian population. And this is a statistic by the Canadian Mental Health Association, released in 2013. We also know that it affects people who perhaps have higher rates of trauma in their professions, such as occupations that involve dangerous situations. So frontline staff like military personnel or first responders, paramedics, police, firefighters, doctors and nurses may experience higher rates of PTSD than other professions, but it can really happen to anyone. And we're really not sure why some people who experience trauma later develop PTSD, while others experiencing the same traumatic event do not. So more studies and more research are needed around that. So if you're experiencing signs and symptoms as mentioned here today, what can you do about it? Well, luckily we have some local resources that can support you. So whether you're a man or woman, you can visit your local Canadian Mental Health Association by phoning them, and all of the details and information are on this post here. I would encourage you that if you have feelings or symptoms that are really overwhelming, that you talk to a healthcare professional, whether that be your doctor, whether that be a mental health professional, whether that be going to visit a walk-in clinic. Really encourage you to take that first step and not ignore those feelings. Looking at more specifically men's resources in our community, if you have been part of the military, Friends of Vets is an excellent organization that has support groups. Their information is listed there. Most recently, in the last year, we have a men's support group to talk about anything related to mental health or any stressors that men may be experiencing, and it's called Men Talk. And that is a local support group that is out of the Centre de l'Estrie Community Health Center. So to access that information and when they run their groups, please contact the individuals listed on this post. And the last resource I'd like to mention is one that I've used quite a bit in my profession. eMental Health is an online resource, and it's a fantastic resource related to everything mental health, including PTSD. On there, you will find local help that is specific to your situation. So you can Google PTSD, and then it'll give you a list of organizations that may be able to help support you with that. In addition to this segment today, if you're looking for more information on PTSD, there are lots of fact sheets and other links to reputable resources on PTSD. And a feature that I really like about eMental Health is the screening tools. Although it doesn't diagnose you, that's what your healthcare professional is for, but it will flag some concerning symptoms or signs that may lead you to make an appointment with your family doctor, nurse practitioner, psychiatrist. So that's all part of eMental Health. I highly encourage it. On that note, we'll see you next time on our next segment of Mental Health Matters. I'm Angèle Delacio, reminding you that mental health matters.
And here we go.
Actually, that was really, really good.
Yeah, and of course, our November issue is our Manly Men of Movember. And there is an article in here about these two guys.
There, that's no. Okay, you got. You're
So
almost there.
it's Stephen and Ivan, and they are involved with the Mental K group, the mental health man group. And so you can read all about it and attend those groups if you're a man and you need mental health. I think there's a big stigma around men. Men are supposed to be tough. Men are not supposed to break down. Men are not supposed to have any mental health issues, you know? So I think we're kind of running through, you know, demystifying this and helping. These two guys are definitely doing that in the community. So that's good. So we have another comment here. Where is the COVID coming from now? It was from traveling. It's confusing now, wondering all the time the where, the what, the why, when, and how it's coming to an end with some normalcy in our lives. Yeah, Sherry, we we all want normalcy in our lives. This is insane. It's lasting so long, and it's like you're wondering if it's ever going to end. You know, even this morning with the news of the Pfizer vaccine, they were saying, you know, yes, there's a vaccine. Yes, it's 90% effective, but don't throw out your masks yet because, you know, there's not going to be enough supply. And there's a lot of people who are not going to take the vaccine. So, you know, depending on where it goes, like the first people who are going to get it is our healthcare workers and
course.
our elderly,
Yeah.
which brings me to all the skepticals that are thinking, oh, the vaccine, it's going to kill everyone, it's just it's Bill Gates trying to track everybody. Like, okay, seriously, do you think that they would give all our health workers, all the people who are taking care of us, a vaccine that will kill them? Like,
Yeah.
anyways, just doesn't make
Actually,
sense.
that's a good way of looking at it.
They're the first ones who are going to get it.
Yeah,
So,
obviously.
anyway, so yeah, we're all looking for normalcy. And as to where it comes from now, listen, once it's traveled to our continent, once it's traveled here, and it's there, it's in the community. So, I mean, luckily they're saying at the health unit here that the contact tracing is pretty much, present at all times. Like when they get a case, they can link it epidemiologically to another case
Yeah.
that which is good news, because at least you're tracking where it comes from. Otherwise, if it's rampant in the community, you can't really know where it's coming from. It's
Yeah,
just
and the
it's there.
scary part with this, once it gets a hold, then it just keeps multiplying. So right now, at least it's, under control here. And I think the hospital is dealing with it really well too. We're not overwhelmed or anything. So
Not at this point, touch wood. So
yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to.
yeah, so everybody's got to make their efforts and
Yeah.
continue. I know it's easy to just slack off and becoming complacent because we're so tired.
Yeah.
We so want this to be over with, but we have to just make an effort and stay on it.
Yeah, speaking about wearing the mask and everything, I had to laugh yesterday because, we're so used to seeing a mask on somebody. We don't really know what they look like without anymore. So I had stopped in at DG Vintage, one of the little store that just opened there on First. Yep, there she is. I have a really cute picture I'm going to post later. I took a picture of her in front of that the mirrors, holding the Secret with her in the mirrors.
Okay.
It's really cute. Yeah, I have to put that up later today. But yeah, I walked in and she immediately put her mask on. I said, "Oh my God, that's what you look like without a mask?" She goes, "I know." She goes, "We're forgetting what people even look like anymore."
It is. And
We're
it's
so
a big
used
deal
to
because,
it.
there's so much of your expression and so much of your face
Mhm.
that is below the nose. Like,
Yeah,
personally, with my big nose, I don't mind having the mask on. It hides it. But yeah, no, I mean, your
I know.
personality is in your smile, in your
Yeah.
so
Well,
it makes it hard.
apparently mine is in my eyes, I've been told. But I mean, it makes it very obvious who I am when I have my Lise mask or my Secret mask on. But when I just wear something normal, I'm going, I'm in disguise. How do you know me? Oh,
Yeah.
your eyes give you away.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's what I
good.
hear a lot. Anyway, it is interesting. But you saw the T-shirts that have come out with the person's face and an arrow going up and saying, "Yes, this is me."
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to wear your face on your shirt.
It's really funny because there's been like such a takeover, like a takeoff of multiple different things that that you would never have thought of before, like merchandise that you can print a mask with your smile on it. Like,
Yeah, I
really,
know.
you can customize your masks however you want. There's also those masks that have like just a clear thing that you can wear, like
Yeah.
just a clear vinyl sort of thing. They sell them at Showcase at the mall.
Oh, they
And
do.
yeah. So Terry has sent me a message saying he's going to be 5 minutes late. So if you have questions for our guest today, Terry Muir is going to be on talking about the Santa Claus parade and what it's going to take, like what format it's going to take this year.
Mhm.
So if you have any questions for our guest, just prepare them. He'll be here shortly. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk
You'll
today.
be here.
He'll be here shortly. He'll be here shortly. And we'll talk about Christmas, which is coming soon. Like and
Mhm.
shopping local. So
Yes, that's the big thing. Shopping local. I want to just bring up one event that's coming up. It's called the Holly Jolly Christmas Show. It's actually starting this Friday, the 13th, and it'll be on the 14th at the Cayuan Gallery, where there's going to be an amazing selection of artwork, gifts, one-of-a-kind treasures, all by local artists. So that's going to be a wonderful place to start your Christmas shopping. And it's open from 10 to 5, Fridays, Saturdays, and the show is on till December the 19th, but just on Fridays and Saturdays.
Okay.
And Cayuan Gallery, for anyone who doesn't know, is at 225 Pitt Street. Beautiful place. I know I'm going to be going because actually I want to see that painting behind me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big flower. My oldest thought it was somebody's lips or something, but anyway, it's a big flower. So what I want is a big Santa Claus painting or something Christmassy to replace that. So, yeah, I'm going to be heading to the Holly Jolly Christmas show. I actually thought I would paint one myself, but I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, we had done one, like remember our snowman.
Yeah,
I
have mine out.
Yeah, well, mine is out year round. I love this painting so much. I don't even put it away. But I was looking at doing an online paint night, you know.
Actually, you know what we should do? I would love to do a Santa Claus to replace that picture for the Christmas.
There you go. Maybe I'll set up something. And, yeah, I mean, you can do it through Zoom, right?
Of course.
The person will just send us a list of things that you got to go buy, and then you just do it through Zoom.
Yeah, you watch them and you do the same thing. It's easy.
Yeah. And then the shop local, as we spoke about last week with Mrs. B, we have our contest that's going to be starting on December 1st, right?
Yeah.
December 1st.
We had thought of starting it a bit earlier, but I think the 1st to the 21st, 3 weeks of local shopping and getting your ballots for a chance to win $200 cash.
Yeah,
I think 3 weeks is a nice little window.
It is. And so there's going to be a few stores that you can go to and shop. And once you shop at that place, you'll get a little ballot. Well, it's not a ballot. It's just like a ticket, and it'll tell you where to go to register your purchase. It'll get you instructions on how to register your purchase. And then once your purchase is registered, you will be entered into the draw. It's going to be a $200 cash, right?
Cold hard cash.
So, and you're helping the small business owner. You're also the person who's going to be declared a winner is going to get the $200, and then
the store that the name was pulled from is going to get their advertising for free.
So it's a win-win-win. So support local. There's so many beautiful little shops down Pitt Street, and even like on Brookdale. There's several places to shop local at, and it's important this year.
Oh, I've already started. And you know what? I'm so happy when I come out with that bag or something, and I know I've helped a local store, because that's what I'm doing. I'm spending a lot of time at certain stores because I'm finding what I need here, and we do have everything here. So there's no need to leave, and really there's no need to go online. I know it's safer, but the stores here are really making it safe to go into. So the smaller stores, they're really looking out for our safety.
Yeah.
I do want to give a quick shout out, because I know when Terry comes on, I'll probably forget, because we'll have lots to talk about. Joe's Quality Meats open on the corner of Pitt and 4th, where it was Mike's Submarine, I believe, and wonderful store. It's beautiful. And it's all local produce, and it's really, family owned and operated. It's owned by the family, and they're all working in it too. So mom, dad,
you went?
And the brother and sister. Yeah, I'm going to be putting a out and about with Seek Chick My Lee's up later today from my travels for the last few days. I just find it's easier to do that because I go to so many places. It's easier to write an article. So yes, I started at Joey's, so I will have a little bit about that with pictures. and then some of the other places I frequented this weekend. So
That's awesome. I so want to go to that place. Like I'm always, there's like cuts of meat that I'm kind of always looking for that they don't always have in the stores, and so I'm hoping they're going to have a great selection, and maybe even some stuff that you don't find in stores.
I know there's one question. He was super busy, so I kind of went in and out. I took a couple of quick pictures, but anyway, the Estonian tradition is blood pudding.
Mhm.
And we can't find it anywhere. It was being made by Estonians in Montreal, but this year they're not doing it, obviously for reasons, because they can't get together and it's just not feasible. I'm gonna ask him if he can get that. It's not something that every store has, nor that everybody likes. It's an acquired taste, but it's a big part of the Estonian traditional Christmas Eve supper. So I will be asking him. The other place that, Bud's Records and Cool Things is back open again, thanks to Bud's good friends, Jason and Emily. That's on 375 11th Street East. So for all you avid vinyl record collectors and, all the cool vintage stuff, take a look over there. Another place I stopped in, I stopped in a lot of places this weekend, Red Card Books.
Okay.
Amazing. She has, it's unbelievable what she has in there.
Where is Red Card Books again?
Oh, you know what? I forgot to look up the actual address. It's in where Sharon's Pantry is, in that,
Okay.
in that, oh my God. I will look it up and I will have you put it up after.
Okay.
Red Card Books.
Oh, I think Terry's here. So I'm going to add him to the stream. Let's go like this, because otherwise it takes too much space.
Oh, there he is.
Hi.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
We're good. How are you, Terry?
Well, it's one of those days when all the traffic gets in your way and everything, but I'm here now.
There you go.
And it looks like you're in your car still.
He is.
I am.
Terry just stopped on the side of the road to do this interview with us this morning. Isn't that cool?
It is. And Terry, you're such a busy guy. So thank you so much for taking the time.
Anytime for you guys.
So I want to talk first about Halloween, because you had an amazing success. It was like I drove that day. I drove by at 5 o'clock, I think it was. And the kids were in a car and I was going to stop and go and try to go through. But I went on Water Street and then I kept going and I kept going and I kept going. And then I went up Brookdale and I kept going and I kept going and I kept going. And it was all the way to like 7th.
I thought you were going to say you found yourself in Monkland.
I heard it went as far back as Billy Cage at one point.
Oh, wow. So it was really, thank you so much for doing this, because it gave a Halloween to a whole bunch of kids that would probably not have gotten an Halloween. And it looked awesome. We had some pictures on the site and it looked awesome.
Our members did an awesome job with that. As you know, we got a great team at the Optimist Club, and we were super, super proud. I mean, to have as many kids go through and everybody seemed happy, even though there was these long waits and everything. They're just happy to be out there.
Yeah.
Do you have an approximate number of how many people they go through?
Well,
roughly?
We estimated about 1,000 cars.
Wow.
Did you run out of candy?
No, we served every vehicle. We're scraping the bottom of the bucket when we got to the end, but we managed. Everybody had something to give out at the end.
Nice. Oh, that's good. That's good. So, it was super successful. And yes, you're right. Like I heard some people that were saying that it took 3 hours for them to go through, but they had no problem with it. Like they still were happy. I guess, there was entertainment and radio and whatever. So
yeah, we were lucky. We had Boom 101.9 and Fresh 104.5 on site, and they were keeping people entertained. And we were trying to figure out first why we kept hearing car horns honking all the time, and here it was them cheering them on.
So anyways, that was really good. So the Christmas parade is going to take a similar approach, right?
It is.
Okay. So why don't you tell me what can somebody expect this year?
Mhm.
Well, the parade is going to be on November 28th. We plan to start at 4:30. It's going to be in the parking lot at the Civic Complex again. And so essentially the way it's going to work is the emergency vehicles will be lined up along the front of the complex. Then, and they need to be there for a couple of reasons, because if something happens and they need to pull out, they need to have easy access. And also they'll have their lights flashing the whole time. So that would start to get on people after a while. But so then you'll pull through into the east parking lot, and we'll have displays set up all through the parking lot. And you make the loop around and check out the displays. And then as you're coming out, we may have the Jolly Guy and maybe even Mrs. Santa out there, to wish you a Merry Christmas and everything as you pull away.
Yeah, what is the Santa parade without Santa?
Yeah.
To God,
we're gonna-
Santa.
Yeah, we'll keep him alone so he doesn't have to quarantine or anything,
Yeah. Yeah, because that would not be good.
No.
Yeah, no, it's like, well, it's November 28th. He'd still have time to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But so are you limited to, because the parade is usually pretty long. You usually have how many floats average?
Well, typically there's about between 40 and 50 entries, sometimes a little more than that. So as you know, like last year, we stretched almost the entire length from St. Lawrence School all the way to Augustus by the time we got the parade out there. So it is quite long.
Yeah. So
Now
are
you actually said displays. You're meaning actual floats, right?
Well, it's going to be a combination, right? Because we're getting some new entries this year of people that typically can't get their hands on a trailer, or it's too much to pull a trailer through the parade, because it's a big responsibility and everything else, right? So it's not taken lightly. But this is giving them the opportunity, if they want to come and register, and they can build their display right on site.
Perfect.
Obviously everything has to be distanced apart to keep everybody safe.
Yeah.
But so I mean, you don't have to have a trailer. If you do have a trailer, well, we'll fit that in, and if you don't, well, we'll make it work too, so they can, everybody can come out this time.
So
And
it's
how does
okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, how does the registration work? Like, how do you register to get a spot or something?
It's on our website. It's on CornwallSantaClausParade.com, and you just go there and you can submit your registration. It comes to us, and then we'll probably contact you back and get a little bit of clarification, like the size that you intend to make and everything else. And obviously we want to fit in as many displays as we possibly can.
How many do you have room for, do you figure?
Well, again, it comes down to the size, right? So I mean, like we have one organization that's coming in that has a train that's 45 feet long.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
That takes a lot of room. But then there's a bunch that's going to come in that are going to be 10 feet long. So I mean, the parking lot is about, if I recall correctly, about 650 feet long, and we can do 3 rows in there. So we got a fair amount of room, so we can easily accommodate at least 40 displays.
That's
Nice.
good.
Nice. Is there a deadline for registration, or?
Yeah, we need to know about 3 days at the most before the event, because we need to be able to lay it out and figure out how everybody's going to fit in. And obviously, if you're going to be up in the air on a trailer, we want to put all those in one area, and then the lower ones in another area, so that we can ensure that people can see everything properly.
So usually at the parade, there are judges that are judging the floats. Is that happening this year, or is that something that you're putting on hold?
There is going to be judging. It's going to be modified. I'm not involved with the judging whatsoever. And so from what I've been told, I believe there's only going to be 3 judges this year. and we are trying to come up with a way to create a People's Choice in
Okay.
there. So
Okay.
That's good.
that's still in the works, but there will
Okay.
be something.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And I know it's coming up really fast, but I know you're a fast worker, Terry. So yes, you'll come up with something.
Oh yes, he's a fast worker and he's a busy bee. He's always busy, always coming up with ideas. I love how the Optimist Club has kind of pivoted and adapted to this whole
Mhm.
COVID situation. And yeah, so congratulations to you. Is there anything that the community can do to help?
Well, I mean, we never say no to donations because, as you know, the day of the event, Sparky's is out there collecting for the toy drive and everything else. So we don't collect. But I mean, if people want to make a donation, they can certainly go online and there's a spot there for that. And outside of that, we're still trying to work out a way to be able to accommodate people to walk in that don't have a vehicle.
Yes.
They won't be permitted to walk through the event because of the restrictions, but
Mhm.
we are working on a way to make something happen because we really want everybody to be able to see it.
Okay, that sounds great. Well,
Perfect.
thank you so much, Terry, for being with us today. We
Oh, my
didn't have any
pleasure.
questions. People didn't ask questions, but I know one of them was going to be like, what about the people who don't have a car? Because,
Yeah.
that always comes up. But I think it's a matter of, either you don't have it at all or you have it in a different manner. And unfortunately, it can get some people not to be able to go through, but at least you got something. Right.
Well, and that's it, right? I mean, I wish it was as simple as just saying, "Come on down," and in the normal world, that's what would happen. But in the normal
Mhm.
world, we wouldn't have to do this stuff. So I mean, and it really bothers me a lot not being able to accommodate everybody because you want everybody to come through and you want everybody to feel the festivity and start to get warmed up for Christmas and everything else and get into that mood.
I
And
know.
we
I
spend
know.
hours and hours trying to
if
figure it out.
if you know Terry, I can guarantee you that every time he reads a comment that says, "What about the people who don't have a car?" it stabs him in the heart directly
Mhm.
because he just wants to, give it to everyone. Like just, make it happen for everyone. But I mean, we have rules and we have to adhere to them. It's not like he has a choice. So, but
No.
Exactly.
yeah, but he's working on it.
And we work directly with the Eastern Ontario Health Unit, to make sure that we're following the regulations, and there's some things we can't even make the final decision on until a few days before, just to make sure, to see where we're at, what level
Mhm.
of risk we're at in the area and everything else, and we want to get the most out of it, but we also want to be safe.
Yeah, and honestly, it's nothing short of a miracle. Everything that you've accomplished, being able to go through with Rib Fest this year, and
Mhm.
and then the Halloween thing, and now the Santa Claus parade, in this time where so many people are just canceling everything. Kudos to you and your club.
Oh,
Exactly.
exactly it, right? I mean, when you surround yourself with good people, good things happen.
Mhm.
Very true.
All right, Terry. Well, we'll let you go. I know you probably want to get home now. And thank you for being on. And we'll see you at the parade.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a good
Thanks,
day.
Terry.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, that's going to be November 28th at the Civic Complex. That is going to be, it'll be a good event, however it pans out.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's going to be great.
But you know what I was just thinking too, as he was talking about, the big jolly guy there. Is he going to be able to make an appearance at even Cornwall Square this year? Probably not.
Oh, that's a good question, eh? I'm
You
like,
wonder.
I don't think they want kids going on Santa's knees this year.
Exactly. I don't
Yeah.
think he can. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
won't be able to stop by there.
that's actually a very good question. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, as he was talking about because of course, I mean, he has to make an appearance at the parade, but is he going to be able to come anywhere else? We don't
Yeah.
know.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
Well, as long as he can make it to your house on
on the
December 25th.
24th,
Well, the
24th.
midnight, the 25th.
Yeah.
We're good.
That's the main thing.
Well, leave some sanitizer on the roof. Ay, ay, ay. So, are there any events happening this week that you know of?
Well, I had discussed the Holly Jolly Christmas show, so that is one event. And then now the other thing that's going on this weekend is the We Three Girls and Company virtual trunk sale. Now, usually it's held at Marlin's Orchards. It's a huge event in the greenhouse.
Yes,
You know
it
which
is.
one I'm talking about. We've been to it a
Absolutely.
couple of times. Can't happen this year, so they're going to be doing an online event. So for the event details, I'm going to actually read it because it's kind of cute. Says, we are back to jumpstart your holidays with some of your favorite local makers, artists, and vendors. Put on your PJs, pour yourself a hot cup of cocoa, and get your holiday shopping done in comfort. So basically, go onto their Facebook page, their event page, or their Facebook page. It's W3G and Co. virtual trunk sale, and you'll be able to hook up and visit all the different vendors and check out what they've got. Yeah, you can go right through there.
Yeah.
The blue button, you press on that, and then you can go in
Okay.
and
Sounds
shop
good.
from the comfort of your own home.
Awesome. So this is our calendar of events, and if you have an event coming up, whether it's a virtual event or an in-person event, you can submit your event for free. It's very easy. You just click this little button right here, enter all the information,
Mhm.
and then it will be posted on our calendar of events. It's always free, so go ahead and do that if you have an event coming up.
Yeah, because if we don't know about it, we can't help you advertise it. So we
Absolutely.
need the help. I do want to give a shout out to Harvest as well, because they have really pivoted through the COVID. Now, they used to be just a little bit of groceries, a huge amount of gifts. Well, the restaurant has closed on Cornwall Center, so you walk in there, it's now the gift store, and it is packed. They've got so many nice things in there, a lot of Christmas things, and then you walk through the doors, and the whole place is a grocery store. And it's not just vegetables like it was. I mean, they had a lot of groceries, but now you can do all your groceries there. So it's awesome for anybody in the North End. Like it's very convenient.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do the entire groceries because they've turned it into a grocery store. They actually have hot barbecued chickens.
Oh.
They still have their homemade pies, their raisin bread. I gotta stay away from that because I can eat the whole loaf in one sitting
Mhm.
because it is so good. And then of course Christmas, they're going to be having the Christmas trees coming in. And for anybody that doesn't know, they have the second location on Vincent Massey, which is now also a food market. So you can do all your groceries there as well.
Yes, I was surprised about that.
Yeah, and it's awesome because I did work at Harvest for a little while. It was my happy place. COVID came along, things did change, but there was so many people looking forward to the one on Vincent Massey. People that work in Cornwall but live in Ingleside along Sioux, so they could just stop in on the way home and do their groceries. So it's a really, really, really convenient spot.
On Vincent Massey, is it like Tollgate and
Yeah,
Vincent
it's
Massey?
Power Dam.
Power
And
Dam,
Vincent Massey
okay.
on the corner where the garden center was. Garden
Mhm.
center's still there, and right in front of that, you've got it's a huge building. You cannot miss it, and it's a huge grocery store. So like you can buy anything. You can buy everything from your coffee, your meats, your dairy products, all your vegetables, everything. So you can just stop in and do all your groceries. And it's nice because it's spread apart. It's a completely safe feel because it's not packed full of people. So it's
Well, okay.
well
So
done.
we haven't done a community draw in a while. So let's do a community draw for Harvest so people can experience it.
That would be a great idea. Wonderful.
All right. So we'll get that moving, and people, you'll be able to buy in to win. We'll see how it goes. Like we'll do up to 50 tickets of $10 each. So that'll be a $500 gift certificate for Harvest. But I mean, if it's 25, it's 25. If it's 30, it's 30. We'll draw whatever comes in.
And you'll be able to shop at either or Harvest location. So,
All right. That sounds great.
yeah, I think that's really good. A good way of getting people out there. Wonderful. Good.
And
thinking.
so people, if you good morning from the Barbecue Smoker Boys. Hi, Barbecue Smoker Boys. So that's one of the groups that is featured in our Men of Movember issue. So there's this awesome group in Cornwall. For those of you who don't know about it, it's a Facebook group, but it's so active and so happening all the time. And Rick Dorey was the founder of the group, and it's all about barbecue and smoking and not smoking, smoking, you know, smoking meat.
Smoking meat.
And yeah, it's an awesome group. So you can find them on Facebook and join the group. It's a terrific place to be.
Oh, I do want to give another shout out to Mrs. B's Crafts and Gifts too. She's the first person on board our Santa draw. So again, check out her store, packed full of goodies. It's just so important to shop local right now and support local. So
yeah, absolutely. So listen, we would love to hear from you guys. We would love to hear about what you want to hear about on our show. So if you have any suggestions of guests, who you want to talk to, who you want to see, let us know. We'd love to get your feedback. We had Terry quite a few times on the show, so love the guy, but we'd love to have other people as well.
Exactly.
So if you have any suggestions on topics that we can discuss as well, we'd love to have you. And the door is always open. We always post the link to the StreamYard where you can just jump on and come on video with us and tell us how your day is going.
Because we would love to see your faces as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, if you have any ideas, you can send an email to info@thesika.ca. You can go on our Facebook page, leave us a private message, or you can give us a call at 613-935
3763.
3763. Mental block there. Holy cow. Don't call myself. I don't call us very often. Yeah, because we'd love to hear from you. I mean, and just call and let us know how you're doing. I mean, we would love to chat too.
Mental health check-in. Like
Exactly.
anytime you can just call us and let you know how you're doing. We're here for you. And you know, it's important for us too to know, to get the feedback of the public. You know, if you're watching the show, what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What can we change? How can we make it better? Like, it's hard to just go blind and you know, figure out what people like. So just don't hesitate. Please give us your feedback, and we'd love to hear from you.
We definitely would. So
on that note,
it's that time again. Time flies when you're having fun. Actually, we have 1 minute, but yeah, time certainly flies because we start at 10 and we're going a whole hour, but it's like, wow, it's gone.
Yeah. Well, we sure can talk, you and I.
Yeah, I guess we can. So yeah, I'm off to pour concrete now for a couple of hours. So
we'll have fun.
Yeah, I hope I don't get stuck in it because we're going to be walking around in it this time. So
keep your phone on you so you can call me if anything happens and you get stuck.
Yeah, if I get stuck and my feet set in it or something, yeah, I'll give you a call.
Sounds good. All right, people, have a great day.
A super duper day.
And we'll see you next week.
Yes, we will. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.